you give us a sense, like, how are you feeling where you're at in the road back?
Yeah, feeling good. Just progressing day by day on sort of the timeline that was given to us. So, yeah, just trying to get better every day.
What are you kind of wanting to feel before you'll know you're ready to return?
Well, I think there's sort of like I said, a timeline that was given to us. So we're just trying to check the boxes, and then when that's there, then hopefully I'll be playing.
Have you dealt with this type of injury in the past at all?
I've been hurt a lot, so we can leave it at that.
Is there anything in particular, I guess, that what I'm getting at is that makes this one a challenging one to come back from?
No, they're all hard, and I'm just trying to, as I said, we're trying to follow a plan that we've had and progress each day to get to where I need to be.
Has it been difficult waiting?
Obviously it sucks not playing, so you want to play and you want to be out there every night. Fortunately, we've put ourselves in a good spot where we're able to take the proper steps and precautions to make sure when I come back I'm feeling good.
How much do you want to get back, given the two new guys? I'm sure you want to play with them, and also playing Florida and on some big games coming up down the stretch.
Yeah, I think every game's big now. So I mean, it's been big for a while now. How tight our division and conference are. So I obviously want to play every game, want to win every game. So as I said, we have a plan, and we're sort of taking it step by step here.
What stood out to you about how, getting to know Mitch, how he handles the spotlight, how he deals with this market and all the stuff that's around him often?
Yeah, he's hell of a player. Has a very calm demeanor and just very focused. As I've said it a few times before, he's obviously, I think, been our best player up and down the ice, and keeps getting better every game, so I can't say enough about him.
What's your sense of where the team's at right now, heading down the stretch?
Yeah, we've put ourselves in a good spot. We're working to where we want to go and to keep improving to where we need to be before we get to play some extremely meaningful hockey. But as I said, every 18 games left, every game right now is a dogfight and is super important. So we need to continue to take steps forward every game that we play.
What's it like to finally be home?
Yeah, it's nice. Obviously on the road for quite some time, and I think everyone's relieved to see their family for a little bit and just enjoy getting away from each other and. Yeah, but get back excited. Guys are excited to get back tomorrow against a big game for sure.
What's first impressions of Brandon Carlo, and what does he make your defense look like now?
Yeah, big man, strong, moves the puck, good feet. So he's a huge addition for us, and he's as he gets more comfortable and sort of feels better being around the guys, and it's always a tough change coming into a new room, but I mean hopefully we're there and we've been there to help him with anything he needs, so hopefully he knows that to make the transition as easy as possible.
It's a weird feeling driving into the rink today, and usually it's summertime and stuff like that, so it's I'm very grateful for the opportunity here and very excited.
Does it feel like you're home and not home at the same time?
Yeah, it does, especially my place here I'm renting out, so I'm in a hotel right now. So it feels a little different, but to be close to family and like I said, to have dinner with my brother-in-law last night was really cool, and I feel very fortunate to be so close to home and have my wife and baby boy come down in a couple weeks, so that'll be great and get to see them.
Did you have a conversation with your tenant?
Yeah, he's gonna have to give him the boot here at some point, but no, I haven't talked to him yet. I've just been trying to catch my breath here and settle in. So just kind of settle in here and figure it out from there.
From the area, of course, were you a Leafs fan growing up?
Yeah, I was.
What's your era? What's your vintage of?
It was I want to say like 03, 04. So it was Tucker, Corson, Sundin, McCabe, Cabriolet, all those guys. So didn't make it to many games, but definitely watched a lot. And we always had Saturday night practice, so I'd listen to the game on the radio with my dad on the way home. And so yeah, it's pretty cool to be in this room right now and then be on the other side of it.
Wasn't exactly the blue and white you were putting on today, but how did it feel to see the walk in here, see the logo, and what are you anticipating tomorrow night in the home game?
Yeah, really cool. For sure, have some family and friends come tomorrow, and yeah, I'm very excited for what's to come. And all you want is a chance as a player, and you get that here, and you get an opportunity to play in big games in a big spotlight, and I'm really excited and grateful for that opportunity.
You talked about it, but driving in today was a sense of familiarity, obviously?
Yeah, familiarity. I actually used to work out upstairs probably 10 years ago, so I was in this building a lot. But yeah, cool feeling coming in, and like I said, being on the other side of it.
You kind of mentioned that, have you thought about that moment of skating and getting on the ice tomorrow and having the fans react to you?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it yet, but I'm sure it'll come tomorrow and morning skate and things like that. It's always cool coming back to Toronto and playing on when I was in Philly, and to see that many family and friends always coming out to support me. So yeah, it's going to be really cool, and like I said, I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I'm really excited to try and help this team out.
What's it like being home for a bit now?
Yeah, obviously it's been a lot of time spent on the road here, and a lot of miles traveled as well from east to west and west back to east. So nice to be home. You don't deal with some of the jet lag and time change here today, but excited about being home, and obviously big game tomorrow. Great test. Obviously we know what they're all about. So yeah, excited to be home.
What's the process of integrating new players, like especially when it's in the middle of a road trip?
I don't think there's anything too much different than being at home, other than they're trying to get settled and get comfortable. So I guess the one benefit of being on the road than being at home is just probably spending a little bit more time around the guys and getting to know each other. So that's a thing you're able to kind of pick up right away, especially when you're integrating new people. I don't think it's always so much the hockey. It's more just getting the sense of how things operate on a day-to-day basis, and getting to know staff and your teammates and things like that. So hopefully that's getting better for those guys, and now being here at home, getting them comfortable and situated, making it feel like home.
Jamelka made an amazing save on it, obviously on Morgan, but what did you see on that amazing setup of him the other night?
I think it was Sergachev just tried to close some time and space on me, and just tried to use my body to protect the puck, and then obviously just assess what I had available. Whether I just wanted to maybe attack the net myself, buy some more time for anyone coming up. But Mo obviously put himself in a good position. I just try to put it into space where he could get to it.
You mentioned how good Florida is and the challenge they present mentally. How tough is this next game going to be to bring the level that you need to, considering the schedule and everything else you already talked about?
Yeah, I mean, this is just part of the 82-game grind, but obviously as the games are ticking away here, we're getting closer to the end of the regular season, just the importance of each point. Certainly games within the division are always big and important, and a team that obviously has a tremendous pedigree and how they play, how difficult they make it on you, and just I think, like you said, the mindset and the level that you got to play at to have success against a team like Florida. So we know what tomorrow's challenge is going to be like. So just making sure that we're doing everything we can to be prepared, even the challenges of coming back from the road and whatnot. So I think we just got to be excited to be back at home in front of our fans and a great test against a really good team.
What was it like telling your kids about Fraser's trade?
Actually, I haven't told them yet, so we'll get there. I think we're just happy to get home and to see them. So, and usually when I call home during the road, they're not too interested too long. So I'm trying to grab as much attention with them as I can. So yeah, we're not there yet, but obviously got to know Fraser pretty well and had him stay with us, which was a blast, an amazing person first and foremost, tremendous maturity and part of the game, part of the business. Obviously, team like us that's trying to set ourselves up for obviously a deep spring and to do something special and bring people in with their experience and their pedigree and the type of skill sets that they have. Sometimes you lose prospects or obviously players that have tremendous potential. So obviously going to miss them, but it's obviously a part of it.
Matthew, tough to see Fraser go. I'm just wondering what that was like for you.
Yeah, I was a little upset. Obviously he was around here. He was a younger guy. Got to know him pretty well. I'm excited for him that he has an opportunity to play, and I think he's going to have a good chance there to play in the NHL. And but it's really sad to see him go.
What was it like, the deadline for you? Like, your name popped up. Obviously, you're having an amazing year. Other teams would be interested. Just what was the experience like for you?
Yeah, a little nerve-wracking. I wanted to stay here and be a part of this group, but I just try to not focus on it and let them handle. It's out of my control, so I let them handle their business. And fortunately, I'm still here, and I'm just excited to take this group into the playoffs.
And now you're home. Like, what's it like to be home for a bit?
Yeah, it honestly felt awkward a little bit to come home. It feels like we haven't been here in forever, so it's really nice just to be around here, sleep in your own bed. It's nice. I'm going to enjoy this time for sure.
How much of a relief is it when the deadline does pass that you know for certain this is your team, this is what we're doing?
Yeah, I think it's a relief for everyone in here. You just get to settle down a little bit. I think we made a lot of good upgrades, and I think we're a better team than we were before, and I'm just excited for this group.
3 games against Florida. You're getting a couple of new guys. Tanev's coming back. How's it feel to have your fate in your own hands as far as first place is concerned? To do well in these games, you got a shot at taking the division.
Yeah, these are very important games for us. I'm sure they're saying the same thing in their locker room too. So I think it's gonna be playoff games. Every point matters, and I think it's going to come down to the last game of the season. But I believe in our group. I think we have a really good group in here. I think we're going to have a good push for it at the end there.
How tough has it been to fill the void without Tanev?
Yeah, it's hard. He brings us something that you don't see too much in the NHL. Really, he's a unique player. He's super valuable on the back end, and especially on the kill. So. It's been a big loss, but we're excited to get him back here soon.
I haven't really had a chance to talk to you about that Vegas fight, the White Cloud fight. Like, when did you decide you wanted to do that?
Yeah, I think it just kind of lined up perfectly that we were both starting, and I thought I'd ask him and kind of get it out of the way early, and just kind of earn some respect there, and I just wanted to get back at him a little bit for the hit. So
have you seen any of the reaction from fans after that?
No, I haven't. not really. No.
It was rather beloved.
What's that?
It was rather beloved in the fan base.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
How about Benoit's fight?
The Superman punch. I think I saw it last year, so I wasn't shocked. Honestly, I knew he was going to pull something like that, something crazy. But yeah, it was good. It was fun to watch.
Would you ever try that? The Superman.
I don't think so. No, I don't know if I have that in me. No, I don't think.
What was the message you were trying to send there? Because obviously we talked to you. You didn't necessarily have a problem with the hit itself, right? Or
I had a problem with the hit. Like I didn't want to get hurt. I don't want that to happen. So stuff like that. I just want to protect myself, and I think that was a step in the right direction to doing that.
And I remember you got some tips from Reeves, or at least you talked to him earlier this season. Did any of that help you?
Yeah, getting tips from him though, he looks at it a completely different way than a normal hockey player. So, so I guess a little bit of tips from him and guys around here. So, yeah, I'll get a little better at it.
What's your perspective on Austin and Mitch? Like, we talked about you guys being on the road. Like, it was like 6 weeks straight for those guys with the 4 Nations. Like, how are they dealing with it? I know they even have stuff going on today, extra stuff. So, like, what's your sense of how they're handling everything?
They've been in good spirits. They're happy to be around the rink. I know it's pretty difficult for them, obviously, with all of us, kind of getting a vacation and them just, playing more. It's hard, but I think that they've been doing good and really taking care of themselves. They're obviously good professionals, and they've done a great job to kind of stay content and excited to get to the rink.
What are you expecting tomorrow against Florida in a game that has such a big implication on the standings?
Tight game, low scoring, hard hitting. I think it's going to be playoff style. I don't expect anything different.
First games back from a long trip can be tricky. Like, how would you describe the challenge, especially with the
Yeah.
opponent coming in tomorrow?
No, it's a challenge for sure, and the opponent's a challenge, as we know. A very good team, Stanley Cup champs. Yeah, it's a mental grind. You gotta get your head wrapped around it here today, and it's always a little bit of a challenge after a long road, which we've been on for quite some time. But it's just part of the game and the schedule and everything, and it's got to have mental toughness here tomorrow.
How close is Tanev, would you say?
I don't know. Same as he was yesterday. I mean, he's close, I'd say. He's getting better. He's improving every day, and we'll just have to see. I don't really have a timeline yet.
How tough has it been to fill that role? We were just talking to Knies. He's like, this guy's a unique player.
Yeah, he is. He's, I always use the analogy like when I had Chris Pronger, how much he could control a game. And he controlled it in a different way than Tanev. But Tanev, he controls a lot of the game for us, in situational play.
Safe to say he's out for tomorrow, though, with practice was
Yeah,
today?
I mean, it's 50, I don't know. It's day to day here, and we'll make a decision tomorrow when he comes in and see how he feels.
Craig, you have a unique position. You were traded at the trade deadline. We hear about how difficult it is, but for guys coming in mid-season, like how difficult is the challenge to get yourself, not even with the team, but like figuring out where you live, figuring out where to get your coffee, just everything that goes with it.
Yeah, no, that's all part of it for sure. It's always a challenge that way, and I think getting those guys on the road right away and playing some games with us and being around the guys is helpful for sure. And then now we're home here, so they get settled in where they're living here at home and what's going on with their families and everything. I think that's the hardest part for them. It's the family stuff and the kids and the wife and all that, and that's stressful for everybody. I think they fit in with the guys. The guys, hockey, like I said before, hockey players really welcome new players, and they're excited about having them. And so that part is good. I think still learning, the systems a little bit, and just chemistry with players.
What do you learn about, you made a point of meeting with Mitch back in the summer when you first got the job. What do you learn about his mental toughness and his ability to withstand whatever's around him in this market?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, in his situation, he's been great. I mean, he's just focused on hockey, and he's been focused on it all year, and he's played extremely well. Been a real good teammate and leader for the team, and produced. The situation is what it is, and I'm glad he's here playing for us, and that's really all I got to say on it.
As a coach, how do you make sure it doesn't become more than it's not? How much do you pay attention to making sure it stays?
I pay attention to the player and where he's at and what he's looking like to me, and his body language and things like that. So Mitch has had good energy. He's been real good. Like I said, he's got a lot of energy every game, every practice. He seems happy. Those are the things I focus on as a coach.
Sorry, where are the energy levels for him in Austin? Like, they've been on the road
Yeah.
longer than anyone. Like,
Well,
have you seen anything?
Yeah, it's it was, I think that the last two games, I'd say, I could see our energy levels drop after the first period. I thought our first periods in both rinks were pretty good, and then they dropped off in the second and sort of got it back in the third a little bit. So it's a little up and down for sure.
What do you think is the St. Patrick's gear? What part of Ireland is your family from, by the way?
No Irish in me, but no, gear's nice. Yeah, it's always nice to have that St. Patty's stuff. It's good. It's all good.
Knies and John were saying earlier that tomorrow is going to feel like a playoff style hockey game. What are you expecting tomorrow to play?
Yeah, for sure. You look at the standings and where we're at, where they're at. So it's a big game. It's first place right there. I mean. And you play Florida, it's always going to be a hard game. That's just the style they play. They're in your face, and there could be much room out there. So it's going to feel like a playoff game.
The Superman punch got a lot of attention, of course.
Yeah.
I'm just curious your perspective on Benoit fighting in that spot. Like, obviously, that seemed to energize the building at all. Do you prefer your guys to avoid that sort of situation, or do you got to kind of answer the bell?
Well, I think you always got to pick your spots a little bit about when you want to do things. I don't really know how that fight all got going, who wanted them, who wanted who or whatever, but you know, it's part of the game, and but I think at the same time you can always feel when your team maybe needs some energy or some life, or you know, when you don't want to give the other team energy or life. You know, that's just. I made a living out of that though.
Yeah.
He's different.
Do you prepare your team any differently when you're going into a game like tomorrow?
Well, you prepare your team of what you're expecting from the other team, you know, and what kind of a game it's going to be. I think that's the most important thing. We still want to play our game, and we want to initiate as much as possible and go after these guys. But at the same time, there's always, you know, every team you play, there's a style of play that they play, and we've got to try to take advantage of it and try to understand what we're facing.